Greetings everyone, welcome to yet another content from Throttle Alpha. Today I'm here at this place that I really enjoy being at, IgniteBD. It's located at DHANMONDI. I will give out the address in the description box below. I'm primarily here to review the Vemar Zephir and the Vemar Ghibli helmet. Basically, you guys must have seen the cinematic or the teaser that we gave out recently. Well, I will get to the helmet first. I would like to showcase a bit here and there of what's available here and how this place is a pretty convenient place to get all the stuff that you need for your bike. I prefer coming to Ignite most of the times because I like the helmet collections and the equipment collections they basically have here, and it's a very friendly atmosphere to be at. And well, there are ranges of KYT, Bimola, Caberg, LS2 helmets out here. You also have SMK, Axis and MT helmet collections. Well, I will primarily get to a few models that are very special and are running good in this market right now. Like we have the new next colors, the Joker, the red Joker. Then you have those limited or rare KYT helmet collections. You have this Marvel Black Panther helmet or the Spider-Man helmet. They also have a wide collection of gloves, hand gloves. I've personally tried a few out and they're pretty good. And a lot of other things like key rings, etc. So basically, if you're looking for quick swappable things that you need every now and then, this is the place. And I did try out a few jackets here. These are pretty dope the way they look, and they have their own custom made Ignite windbreakers too. And all the helmets are priced adequately. I didn't see any helmet that's overpriced or something, and the collection's very wide. You also have the MT helmets coming in. They have the budget options like Axis Draken, and you also have the quality choices from LS2 too. And you'll officially get Caberg helmets here and also Vemar helmet. By the way, we also made a content out of Caberg helmets a few days back. So they're providing EMI facilities now up to 6 months. So you can go and check out our content of the Caberg helmet that we did. I'll give the link in the description box below. And we did have a lot of fun while shooting with the Caberg helmet. So yeah, this one was a good project. Alright, so you can also get your helmet sterilized here. Get your helmet bacteria free. You also have conventional things that you need, like you have tire gels and the Motul helmet cleaner, interior cleaner, chain loops, and the A7 fog lights. And of course, we did make a content out of the light mod that these guys provide. I will also mention the link for that light mod video in the description box below. Do check that out. So as I've mentioned before, I'm here today to review the Vemar Zephir and Ghibli helmet. So I'll primarily start off with the Zephir. I have came across using these two helmets for the last 7 to 10 days. I did wear them for long periods of time and also short span, intercity and highway both, and I will go through the pros and cons of both the helmets accordingly. So primarily starting with the good things about the Zephir helmet. Number 1, this helmet has an extensively good wide angle vision. This is apparently one of the best helmets that I've worn yet that has such good vision and side view clarity. Unlike the helmets that I did wear in the past, which was the MT Stinger, I think compared to all those other helmets, this has a excellent wide angle vision, both front and sidewise. So the basic tri-composite shelling, like they call their shelling R3P. So basically the labeling is a different scenario, but this is a tri-composite shell. I would say that the shell for this helmet, the company has done a very good job with the shell of this helmet. I have no complaints whatsoever with the shelling of the helmet. The padding, however, is pretty much conventional. It's nothing out of the box, but nothing bad. I did like the padding in terms of long rides and short city spans too. And the thermal resistance for the padding is pretty good. Now, I would add to the fact why the thermal resistance is good. That is because the helmet has an excellent airflow from the ground level. So what Vemar has primarily done with the chin airflow is that they have dual access through the bottom and the part through the nose vent. So basically when you're opening the front chin vent area, you have a huge amount of air that's traveling throughout the gaps and is furthermore traveling upwards through these vents, for which the helmet does not suffer with fog problem. Well, I did try the helmet out in early morning fog situations, and I must say the fog resistance for this helmet is very good. The helmet does not mist out of fog very easily, and the airflow through the front vent is very good. It's like excellent and up to the mark. And the airflow from the top vents aren't that significantly noticeable, but then again they are pretty good with what they do. But I did notice the fact that the chin vent works very good. So yeah, apparently the helmet weighs around 1570 grams, and yes, the helmet did feel a bit heavy. Number one, the helmet was oversized for me. That's the point, of course. This is a large size, whereas I require a small size. But then again, I must say the weight distribution for the Zephir is really good. But then again, it did feel heavy when I went for extensive rides. When I rode the helmet for more than around 2 to 3.5 hours of usage, did give it a highway run, and I must say that the weight did get me after a few hours of use. So I think if the helmet was a bit lighter, it would have been better, but the weight distribution is pretty good and is solidly done. Now this is how the helmet looks once you wear this. Now this is the large size for the helmet. So yeah, this is the sun visor that's involved, and provided the fact that the helmet has a very wide angle, I would like to also add the fact that the people who wears glasses, this helmet is specially designed through the sides to make glass more accessible for glass wearers. Like if you're a regular sunglass user or a glass user, this helmet is specially designed through the lining by your ears that the sunglass or the glass would fit very easily. And the sun visor switch is by the side of the helmet, and it's a pretty tight switch. And I did mention the fact that why I do like the tight switches for visor keys, that is that they get loose pretty often. So a tight visor key is a very good option for helmets. So I have the Zephir helmets in two lens colors right now. Like the one to the right is the smoke visor, and the one to the left is the clear visor. Now the smoke visor is sold separately. I will mention the pricing in the description box below. And this is how it looks with the smoke visor. And this is how it looks with the clear lens. And the Pinlock 70 visor for the Vemar Zephir is on the way. The helmets which have been already sold will get the visors which are incoming. So you get a Pinlock 70 visor with the Zephir variant. And by the way, once you're getting your Vemar Zephir helmet, you're also getting a dirt off helmet visor and cleaner. It's made from Ignite, so it's a pretty good product. And you also get a microfiber cloth free with the helmet. So you're getting these two things to keep your helmet clean free with the helmet. And by the way, there's a rear air vent too, which sorta looks like a spoiler but isn't one. It's a rear vent, and these are the vents available at the top of the helmet, and there's a front vent in the chin area. And I would want to mention one disadvantage for this helmet is that there is a huge gap of space on the top in the top vent area. So there's a high possibility that some water might leak in rainy season, etc. So it's better to keep the top vent closed in case there's a possibility that there might be some water access from the top of the helmet. And I have no complaints with the build quality of the Zephir whatsoever. I do believe that a few certain small aspects like the keys, vent keys and etc. things could be a bit better possibly, but then again, this helmet is a complete package for what it is. You have a sun visor, you have good weight distribution, you have a very wide and accessible visor in the front that makes highway riding very accessible. So I think a wide visor has been the best option for this helmet. And the fourth factor, which is very important for this helmet, is the front airflow, noticeably good. And I will mention the size and the color option in the description box below. So yeah, I do know that I'm mentioning the fact that you guys need to go to the description box a lot of times, but it is what it is. So this was about it for the Vemar Zephir helmet. Alright, so starting off with the second variant of helmet that Vemar has introduced here, the Ghibli variant. Now this is way cheaper than the Zephir model, and I will come to the reasons why. Now these are the two prior color differences that the Ghibli has. This is one color variant and this is other color variant. Now as you have seen in our cinematic teaser in the past, that the Ghibli might look a bit extensively not so aerodynamic option because the Zephir is very aerodynamic in terms of riding. And since both of these helmets are touring bias, it comes from the Vemar touring models. I would say the Zephir is a better touring option than the Ghibli. Why? Number one, I completely couldn't get along with the weight distribution of Ghibli. I think the Zephir has a way better weight distribution than the Ghibli variant. I also know the fact this helmet is way cheaper than the Zephir variant, but then again, it's nothing to throw down. For the price point that this helmet is being sold at, I think it's pretty much about the same as its competitors. So I would say that it could be a bit better in that context. Number two, this helmet also has a pretty good airflow from the bottom area because you have that dual air intake system in this one too. But however, the Zephir air intake is a bit more noticeable than the Ghibli, but this this does also have a good dynamic airflow in comparison or context to the Zephir variant. Then the number 3 factor indifferent with the Zephir variant is that this one does not have a sun visor, but the Zephir has a sun visor. So these were the prior 3 differences that these 2 model variants have. Now the Ghibli weighs a bit lesser. It weighs around 1450 grams. It also features the same composite shelling R3P that they specially name it. However, it's a composite shelling. It features the same shelling, however, but this weighs a bit lesser. And this is basically because of the fewer things that you're getting in this helmet. That helmet, the Zephir variant, has a lot more to offer. So I think it weighs a bit heavier in that context, but it feels very distributed, the Zephir. In terms of weight, this was the basic difference between the Zephir and the Ghibli variant. So in context of padding for both the helmets, I must mention the fact that the padding fitting and the padding quality could be a bit improved. So no complaints there, however, it is what it is for the price point. But if I compare it with the Zephir variant, the padding could be a bit better. But the price point that this is being sold, I think in comparison to the competitor model, I think it's as same as any other helmet that you will get in this price range. So the padding's pretty good, soft, minimal, could be improved. And the Ghibli variant is coming in with a Pinlock 30 visor, so that's good news. You get a Pinlock 30 visor for the Ghibli variant and you get a Pinlock 70 visor for the Zephir variant. So this is the visor differences in both the helmets. And coming to the graphics for the Ghibli and the Zephir helmets is that I would say that both of these helmets features a very minimal graphics construction, and that's a good thing. And that is because I think that mature designs rather fit in a mature riding perspective. So I do like the designs for both the helmets. I have no complaints out for the designs for the helmet. Both the helmets are EC certified if I'm to talk about the certifications, but in context of build and safety, I think there's no compromisation. Both the helmets are of very good build and of durability quality. However, the difference for the padding, if I'm to mention, is that the Ghibli variant feels more agile with the padding. Padding is a bit more compact with your face. Whenever I was riding fast with the Ghibli variant of helmet, the helmet had very minute movement, however, but the padding felt very grippy and agile. However, the Zephir did feel a bit loose to the context that the padding is textured and laser cut, so you have a lot of padding gaps in between to make more airflow accessible within the helmet. But the Ghibli doesn't allow for such cases, so the Ghibli feels more agile and compact in terms of padding holding capacity. But the Zephir is a bit more open, and that has purpose too. And you get a smoke visor available as an option for the Zephir helmet, and you have a black visor available for the Ghibli as a visor option. So both the helmet has other colors for the visors available at the moment, and they're both Pinlock ready. However, the Pinlock 70 is extra wide in context of vision, and the Pinlock 30 is a bit less wider in context of vision. So that's the prior difference for both the variants that they have here. Now coming to the noise factor for the Ghibli variant, in context and comparison with the Zephir variant, I would say the Ghibli does a better job in terms of noise reduction. I did ride the Zephir out at very high speed, but in minimal or traffic conditions, both the helmets did very good job with noise reduction. However, but in high speed or in high velocity situations, the Ghibli did a better job in context of noise reduction. So the Zephir could be a bit improved in context of noise reduction, however, but the Ghibli did do a better job, whereas it's a cheaper option in comparison to the both. So these were all the prior differences for both the helmets. So I will mention the price differences of both the helmets in the description box below, and I hope you guys found this video helpful enough. Do leave a like below and do subscribe to our channel, and do mention in the comments whether you want Throttle Alpha to make out more vlog style videos, and do give IgniteBD a look out, and do feel free to hit the Throttle Alpha page up too. Follow Throttle Alpha on Instagram and on Facebook, and do leave a comment out cheerily of how you've liked this content. Thank you so much for taking the time for watching this vlog, and I hope this helped you out too, and do stay connected with Throttle Alpha. Till next time.